Good morning to everybody. Hello to the web seminar for the Han-Modular Domino modules. My name is Heiko Meyer and I'm product manager for the Han-Modular connectors, and together with my colleague Janek Kolhossa over there, I want to introduce you the next level of modular industrial connector. The so-called Han-Modular Domino modules will be shown here as a world premiere to you. But before we start this detailed explanation, I want to show you a short overview about the historical development of our industrial connectors. So we have here a short overview about the most important steps for the development of the industrial connectors. In the 1950s, Harting developed already the so-called Han connectors, or rectangular industrial connectors. Han means in this case Harting norm. Then later in the 60s, the owner Dietmar Harting joined the company and forced further developments of industrial connectors. So in the 1980s, Harting have created first combined industrial connectors. So in this case, our customers could combine power and signal into one connector. This was significant advantages. So our customers could save space, time, and altogether cost. Therefore, this system was very successful in the market. But we noticed already that this kind of solution is not suitable for all our customers. And therefore, the idea of a modular solution was born. Then in the 1990s, we developed the Han-Modular solution. Today, the Han-Modular is the standard for modular industrial connectors. We have more than 100 different modules for power, data, and signal, and we have by far the widest portfolio in the market. Yeah, but what's coming next? As you have seen already in the announcement of this webinar, we will create the next level of this kind of idea, the so-called Han-Modular Domino modules. But before we go into further details, we will do a short survey. Please click the connectors which do you have already in use. So maybe we will wait a few seconds until most of you have selected. Yeah, as we can see here, most of you have Han-Modular connectors in use. That's good. So that means most of you knows already our Han-Modular connectors, and this makes it a bit easier to explain everything. And yeah, as already told, Han-Modular is a market standard for industrial connectors. We have modules for power, data, signals, optics, pneumatics, and many more than 100 modules. So we have a very, very flexible systems. But however, customers still needed more flexibility. They had to update machines, for example. They had to implement further connectivity, maybe further signals or data into existing solutions. And therefore, they do not have more space than before, but wanted to implement further connectivity. And therefore, we needed a more flexible but space-saving solution. And then a new idea was born to create, let's say, half of a power module and another half of a signal or data module, and combine it flexible to each other to the specific module which is exactly suitable for this special demand. And with this idea, we can create a much higher flexibility, but also smaller connector solutions. Yeah, and further requirements to those things was, of course, that our customer needed a solution for power. Power means, in this case, not only 24 volts. It means power connector which is suitable for motor applications, 3-phase plus PE, up to 16 amps and 400 volts. But also a 250-volt solution would be appreciated. So we also needed a solution for high number of signal contacts, but also data connection is important. The data connection is needed for modern machines. So Ethernet is required probably for established solutions like RJ45 or even M12. If we look on pneumatics, they will be often combined with power. Even one contact combined with power supply is a frequent application. But the system should be also suitable for future things, for parts, connections which will be needed in the future. For example, if we look on the single pair Ethernet, this will enter the industrial market in a few years. I'm pretty sure it will come also into your system quite soon. And then we also need a solution which is not wasting space so much. So further things must be implemented also. And yeah, other requirements, of course, are to have a space-efficient solution, to have a robust solution for industrial use. It must not be time-consuming, so quick installation is important, but also cost-efficient, and an easy handling was required. So yeah, and now I want to show you a short video which shows the solution we have created a bit more in detail. So let's start. Yeah, as you could see in the video, how the idea was coming up to name it as domino modules. Just as dominoes have two separate squares, also a domino module has two parts, two building blocks. So we call them cubes. And how they are in real life will show now our colleague Maria, how a domino looks like from our point of view. So if you look behind a domino cube, you can see a solution, a similar solution with our connections. Thanks, Maria. Yeah, as you can see here, with this kind of system, we have the highest flexibility in the market and can combine the different things we need. So we could create solutions for power up to 400 volts. Also, 16 signal contacts could be realized, and data transmissions up to 10 gigabits. Also, pneumatic up to 10 bars are implemented here. But I will show you some details now, step by step. So first of all, let's take a look on the general construction. We have here two cubes, so cube 1 and cube 2, and they can be combined with those cube keyways. The reason why we have two different cubes is that we have two different tabs to fix them into the frame. We have here a version with a small tab and another part with a large tab. And if they are combined, we have a clear identification. Here, the upper part, this is the cube with a small tab. They have a pin numbering starting from 1. In this case, it means the pins are numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the lower cube, this is a cube with a large tab. They have a pin numbering starting from 21. In this case, it means 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. So in the wiring diagram, customers have a clear identification of all the different pins. Each number is existing only once. So you cannot make mistake by an unclear wiring diagram. So everything is combined clearly and easy. Yeah, that's also an important point. But now we can take a look on the real parts. I will show you them over there. So I have here a panel which shows the overview of all the new parts. Here are the dominoes, the domino bricks, and you can see them that the design is very similar to our domino modules. And here is an overview about the different parts. I will show now into the detailed camera the real parts. Here's a comparison, dominoes and domino modules. And then we have here a combined domino module. If we look on the different parts, we have here a dummy cube, which is, let's say, a placeholder for extensions. We have a module for pneumatics. You can use pneumatic contacts up to 10 bar. Then we have here a solution for power up to 400 volts, 16 amps, so you can use them for typical motor applications. We have here another power module. This is for standard Han-D contacts, 250 volts and 10 amps. But we also have modules for signals and data transmission. We have here a cube which is suitable for 16 standard D-sub contacts. So cost-efficient signal contacts can be implemented here in a very space-saving way. If we look on the different solutions for data transmission, we have created here a solution which is based on M12 connectors. So we have here the option to implement a decoded solution, which is suitable for Cat5 Ethernet. but also X-coded version, which is suitable up to 10 gigabit. We have, in addition, 2 different versions, which is often required in the railway industry. For example, here are the different parts, and we have another option to use also a ground connection if required to the frame. So there you can, if you need this, you can connect the shielding to the ground potential of the connector. Yeah, if we look on the real parts, you can take 2 parts which belong together and you can easily combine them by pressing them together. So it's quite simple and easy. You also can remove it, quite simple and easy, and install them again. You can combine here a power module with another module. In this case, I can combine it with pneumatic, and also with others. But on the other hand, if you take 2 parts which do not belong together, for example, in this case, I took power modules with 2 large tabs, they don't fit together. They are coded, so you cannot combine. So customers cannot make wrong assembly. Only the parts which belong together can be combined. So again, I will do an example. I have here a signal and a power part, press them together, and then you can easily install them into the frames. In this case, it's a size 24B hinged frame. You can see here the large tab and the large hole, and they can be installed only in the right direction. So this is the wrong direction, it doesn't fit. But if you turn it, it fits in the right direction. So customers cannot make wrong assembly. So it's a good Puka-Yuke design. So everything is safe. Yeah, that's quite simple. And now I want to show you another short video which shows the idea of the domino modules from another point of view. And yeah, let's start the video. Yeah, as you could see, the handling is quite easy, so nearly everybody can do this. But before you assemble it, you need to identify the parts you need. So therefore, we have implemented also the domino modules into our configurator. Probably most of you are already familiar with our configurator. So you know probably already how to configure a modular connector. And yeah, therefore, we will implement also the domino modules in the same configurator in the same way. So that this configurator will be updated probably next week. Then you can try by yourself how it works. But right now, my colleague Yannick will introduce how it can be done.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you, Yannick. The stage is yours.
Thank you. Hello and welcome also from my side. My name is Yannick Kolossa, and in addition to my responsibility in the product management, I'm also involved in supplying and providing you with electrical services or digital services and engineering data for our products, such as our new products like the domino modules. I would like to show you a video with our configurator that shows the functionality of the Domino modules. Before we started, as Heiko already mentioned, the Domino modules and the configurator will be available at the start of the Hannover Fair in 1.5 weeks. As you can see, the configurator is available through our eShop, so we can jump directly to the selection of our 5 existing configurators, whereby the Domino modules are included to the industrial connector. So it is possible to start the configurator with a login or without. In our example, we started without a login. So the first function is to select our selection guide or the selection assistant that recommends a possible solution for a complete connector. In our case, to use a more flexible solution, we started without the selection assistant. This is recommended for users that already know the Harting portfolio to have a more flexible solution of configure our hood, our insert top, our insert bottom part, or even the housing part. To give you an overview how the Domino modules work, we start to configure our insert top part by choosing the configurator for our modular portfolio. The first possible selection is to choose the right slot place. So it's possible to configure the Domino modules to each slot. So from the slot A up to the slot H, it's possible to use our Domino modules into the configuration. A new filter is included. That means that we can choose and we can limit the product list to the single modules, the double modules, as well as our Domino modules. So we can use the filter to limit the production list, the product list, and to have an overview about the whole portfolio of the Domino modules. After selecting one Domino module, as you can see, we have here the product list and select a Domino cube. The slot A is increased by another level, so that means we have, or the slot A is divided into the Domino cube 1 with small tab and the Domino cube 2 with the large tab. It's also possible to combine the cubes with the contacts, so it's possible to have a visualization of the cube and the cube level. That means on the left side we have the 3D model and have to choose the Domino cube 2 with the large tab to complete the whole slot A. So we choose another cube, have also the possibility to choose the contacts and jump to the slot B to show you another solution to find our Domino cubes. The Domino cubes are included in the product list, so we can choose, we can search or choose our filter. So in this case, we used our Pneumatic modules to show you that we have the double modules, the single modules, as well as our Domino modules. In this case, I selected a cube with a large tab, so that means that we head over to the Domino cube 2 with the large tab to choose the contact to fulfill the connection between our pneumatic contacts, and choose our Domino cube 1 with small tab to complete the slot B as a full connection. On the slot level, we have the possibility to visualize our contacts and the cubes, so we can have a closer look to our selected cubes. I would like to highlight and to show you that it's also possible to combine our Domino cubes with our single modules as well as our double modules. In this case, I choose the single module that is in our electrical application to show you that we have also the possibility to combine the single modules with the double modules and the Domino cubes. For the further process, I reselected the single modules so we can highlight the Domino modules. That is the reason why the single modules will not be shown in the product list. So in the insert top part, we have the product list and have an overview about the selected modules. The next step in the process of our configurator is to choose and select our mating parts. So the insert top, the insert bottom part, we have a pre-selection of our Domino cubes because we have one cube for the male side and one cube for the female side. So we have a pre-selection, and the only task is to choose the right contacts corresponding to the contacts that had already been selected. As you can see, we have the slot B level that is divided into the domino cube 1 and domino cube 2. And in the domino cube 2, we selected the pneumatic contacts according to the first contact. Now we have an overview about the full and the complete connection. We have the possibility to download, to forward, or to delete the connection and continue to the working process. Hopefully you got an overview about our configurator, how the functionality works, and how we included the domino cubes into the existing service of our configurator. If it's possible or if it's not possible to use our configurator due to some field applications, we also provide you with a selection guides that helps you to choose the right domino cubes in your application to your customers' needs. In this case, I would like to hand over the word to Heiko, who's going to present you the benefits of the configurator and the cubes.
Thank you, Yannick. I think it was a good explanation how it can be done. Regarding the selection guide, probably you know this already. We will do a short update, and the updated version will be implemented also with the domino solutions. Yeah, but let's take a look on the benefits you have. Of course, the most important benefit is probably to save space. And therefore, of course, if you can save space, you can save costs. For example, I will show you here how it can be done. If you see here a traditional connector, this is a Han-Modular size 6B with one power module and another signal module. So if you combine them to one domino module, like this one here, this is a combination of 16 signal contacts plus 4 plus PE power. So in this case, you can save a bit more than 50% of the size. And therefore, you can reduce costs. So you can make your machines smaller. But another important point could be also to have, or let's say if you think about application in the railway industry, if you have several connectors in a wagon-to-wagon connection near each other. And for example, if you have 10 such big connectors, you maybe can reduce them to 9, and then you save weight and costs. So it's also, in this point of view, an important lever to reduce space and costs. Yeah, the next point is the flexibility. Of course, you can imagine you have options to combine them in millions of different solutions. You just have to use what you need. It is scalable to the respective need according to your application. And even though if you have a need in the future, you can implement it quite easy into the modular system with those domino modules. Yeah, also reduction of installation times is an important point. If you think about installing several connectors compared to installing one Han-Modular connectors, of course, it's clear that this is time saving. But also, it's an important point for your customers. So they can reduce downtimes on their machines. In some applications, if you think about automotive applications, it's quite important to have short downtimes. But the whole system is compatible to the Han-Modular system. As already seen in the first survey, everybody knows Han-Modular already and is Han-Modular using already. And therefore, you can use existing parts again. You don't need to qualify a complete new connector system. You can use the frames, the housings, the contacts. So just another new module is necessary to realize such a better flexibility. And therefore, it's also sustainability. Through this kind of modularization, you have a future-proof system, you can use existing parts again, and therefore, it's also a good option. Yeah, but this was a short overview. I think we will do now a short survey, or should we continue with the questions and answers? Okay, I got the information that we continue with questions from the chat. I will take a look here into the tablet. Okay, some questions are appearing. So, yeah, a few questions. Let's handle them step by step. So, first question is, how often can the cubes combine to each other? Yeah, I have here a demo sample. I've installed it and pressed it together already more than 100 times. So it's still working quite good. It does not fall off. So it's still a stable system. It's quite easy, but usually in your application, probably there is no need to do it very often. So I believe in real application, you need to do this only once or 2 times. But finally, this module is fixed into the frame, and then this kind of fixation is not relevant anymore. Okay, next questions. Are the modules also suitable in plastic housings? Yes, all the modules are suitable in any kind of Han-Modular solutions. They are suitable in traditional hinged frames and metal housings, but also into the Han Eco series. So there are no limits. You can use them also in docking frames, no problem. Question regarding the availability. The modules will be launched in 4 weeks, but we will show them already at the Hanover Fair. So if you want to see them in real life, please visit us at the Hanover Fair, which starts at the 30th of May until the 2nd of June. So you have those 4 days to visit us at the Hanover Fair and see them in real life. But you can order them also or get samples in about 4 weeks. How to realize several cable entries. If we think about several cable, or in general regarding cabling, maybe we can take a look here on this picture. You can see here, in this case, the cabling is done with a conduit. So this is a quite common version how to do the cabling. You can use single wires in such a conduit, and therefore you have a good flexibility to realize different cables. But there are further options possible. You can use different cable entries with, let's say, specific hoods and housings. I think I have a sample over there. This is an example of a housing of a hood with several cable entries. You can configure it also in the same configurator. You can move those cable entries to the position where you need them. So this is also an option which is available already a few years. So you can design the cable entries according to your needs. Okay. Next question, what about insertion forces of the lever if you have many pins in a hood? Yeah, insertion forces, of course, could be different from case to case, depending on the inserts you need. So the insertion forces are more or less related to the different pins and number of contacts. We are working on a, let's say, implementation to identify the insertion forces also into the configurator. It's not yet available, but it will come soon. And so in the near future, you can configure the connector according to your needs, and then you will get also an information which insertion forces could be expected. And then you probably have an identification, is this suitable for your needs or not? If you think about, or if the question was going to the direction of handling the lever, we also have different options with different lever. We have a central lever which supports the mating forces or other solutions to reduce, or let's say, have a better handling for higher mating forces. But in general, we have several options to offer the right solution. Okay, those questions. Next questions, is there any EMI isolation between modules? For example, if you have power and signal modules side by side. I will probably show here at this demo panel the solutions we have. Of course, it depends on your need. We have several shielded solutions. If we look just on the dominoes, we have here the M12 cubes. Those M12 cubes are shielded connectors, and at those modules we have 8 shielded contacts. So then by this shielding, the isolation between other modules near a power modules is given. If you need further pins, we have other shielded modules, not in the domino range, but also up to 27 shielded signal contacts are possible to integrate into the systems. We also have some shielded power modules. You will find them all in this selection guide or in this configurator. Next question. Suppose we have single cables per connector mounted per domino module. Can we serve it without touching other domino modules? Splitted hood gland. Oh, this is a, let's say, tricky question, but yes, we also have solutions for multiple cable entries. We have the so-called split hood, and there you can implement different cable entries into one hood. So we don't have a sample here right now, but of course, such a solution is existing, and I think we can show this detailed case also separately to you. How is the situation about lead time of this new cube solution on the actual situation? Yeah, lead time is always a tricky question. As already explained, the launch is scheduled in about 4 weeks, and then most of the parts are available at stock. If you probably you just need some limited quantities and not several thousand pieces, then those domino modules are available at stock. But in general, those are, let's say, more or less simple separate parts. The production process is not as complicated. We use here standard material which is available, so the plastic at all is available, and the production process is not complicated. So altogether, we have here, let's say, a probably good situation regarding lead times also in the future. Next question, are the modules compliant with EMC? Yeah, we just had a question regarding EMI. I think EMC is the same, more or less the same, but we also have different options, different housings. So we have separate EMC housings as well. We have the HPR housings and the Han-B housings, and the HPR offer also EMC features, but if you need specific EMC requirements, we have a housing series which supports this. Yeah, this was the last question, and then I want give a short summary after the survey. Oh, another question is coming up. The colleagues will move it to my tablet. Question, for the 16 signal contact module, what are the cable sizes AWG available? Yeah, this 16 pole module is suitable for standard D-sub contacts, and therefore the wire gauge range is up to 0.5 millimeter square, which is AWG 20. So therefore you can implement most common signal wires. But this was the last question. Now we want to implement a final survey. So the colleagues will send you the survey. Okay, and that's it nearly. I want to summarize all the things. As you can see here, yeah, that was the result. As you can see here, the Domino modules offer a lot of benefits. You can realize smaller connectivities. You have better maximum flexibility and get a lot of advantages. I want to invite you to visit us at the Hanover Fair, which starts on Monday, the 30th of May, until Thursday, the 2nd of June. So please visit us at the Hanover Fair to see those parts in real life. If you don't have the time, you can contact also your local Harting colleague, and they can give you also some further information about the Domino series. Thank you very much for joining this web seminar.